fantastic fifth graders. Today we are going to continue our mission to learn how to multiply a decimal times a decimal. All right, we've already practiced the strategy using patterns. We've practiced the strategy drawing a picture using our hundreds grid to figure out how to multiply a decimal times a decimal. Today, we're going to do it the easy way, the shortest way, the simplest way, my favorite way. All right. Are you ready with your math journals? Okay, write in your math journals, write down decimal places in the factors equal decimal places in the product. It's that easy. Decimal places in the factors equal decimal places in the product. Please write that sentence in your math journal. All right. For example, if I have this problem right here, 3 77/100 times 2 8/10. Oh my goodness, there's so many decimal points. We just multiply it like we would normally would. We would take 377 and multiply it times 28, just like normal. Pretend that there's no decimal points. Just ignore those decimal points for now. You don't even worry about them until the end. Okay? Now, if you multiply times 8, you would get 3,016, okay? And then if you multiply times 20, you would get 4, 5, 7. And then your final answer is 6, 5, 5, 0, 1. Okay? Easy peasy. That's how we would multiply those two. Now, the only thing we have to worry about next, since we know the answer, is we have to worry about putting in those decimals. Okay? Now, there are 2 numbers behind the decimal in this first part of my factors. See how there's the 2 7s are behind the decimal? 2. Plus the next number, I have 1 number behind the decimal, so that equals 3. Because 2 plus 1 equals 3. So in my answer, I count 1, 2, 3 numbers behind my decimal, and I put my decimal right here between the 0 and the 5. So my answer would be 10 556 thousandths. Boom, that easy. All right, you ready to try one with me? Please write this problem in your math journal. You might see it tomorrow. Okay, so if I have 3 hundredths times 9 hundredths, okay? So first of all, 3 times 9 is what? 27. So I'm going to write down 27. How many numbers are behind the decimal in my factors? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 numbers behind the decimal in my factors. So then I need 4 numbers behind the decimal in my product. Oh no, I only have 2 numbers. What do I do? Hopefully you're thinking to yourself, obviously you just add zeros. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to add 2 zeros and then a decimal and then a 0 for my ones place. See how I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind my decimal and 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind my decimal? Do you have this problem written in your math journal? Good. Now let's move on over here. Well, I still know that 3 times 9 is 27. It's the same. I just have to multiply my not 0 numbers because if I multiply 0, it's just going to be 0. All right? So the only numbers that aren't zeros in here are 3 and 9. Okay? I multiply the 3, I multiply the 9, boom, 27. All right, now how many numbers are behind my decimal in my factors? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, decimal, and then a 0. If there's nothing, then I put zeros there. So which is greater? 3 hundredths times 9 hundredths or 3 tenths times 9 thousandths? They're the same. They're equal. Because either way, I have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. I have 27 10,000ths. Okay, do you have this problem in your math journal? You might see it tomorrow. Let's do another example. Okay, 45 hundredths times 1/100th. Well, this is easy peasy math because 45 times 1 is 45. Those are the only non-zero numbers I have to multiply. It's 45 and 1. Everything else is 0, so who cares? All right, so let's write down 45 because I know my answer is going to be 45. How many numbers are behind my decimal in my factors? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, it's 4 again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, decimal. Put my 0 in front for my ones, zeros for my missing numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's right. 45 10,000ths. All right, let's do one more problem for our math journal. So you should have a total of 4 problems in your math journal, plus you need to have the words decimal places in the factors equal decimal places in the product. Okay? I actually have to do some multiplication here. It's not mental math. So my non-zero numbers, I have 91 and I have 5. Check it out. I don't have to even add all the zeros in yet. I can definitely add in all the zeros, but what I'm actually going to be multiplying is 91 times 5. Now I can write down 0.91 times 0.005. This is what I'm actually multiplying, but this is what I'm thinking in my head. This is the only ones that I'm going to be worrying about when I multiply. After I get done multiplying, then I worry about my decimal. It's not like adding and subtracting. I do not have to line up my decimal. It does not matter that they have a different amount of decimal points. That's fine, 100% fine. You have to line up your decimal when you add and subtract. You do not have to line up your decimal when you multiply. So it is 100% fine that these do not line up. A-okay. Don't stress about that. Just leave it be, okay? Just imagine this nice, simple problem that you are very capable of doing, okay? So easy. All right, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Okay, that's simple. Now all I have to do is worry about my decimal. Multiplying, easy. Decimal, easy. Just 2 easy steps. All right, how many numbers are behind my decimal in my factors? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decimal. And then a 0 for my ones place. Okay? So which answer is bigger? This one or this one? Well, let's see. I have nothing in my tenths, nothing in my tenths, nothing in my hundredths, nothing in my hundredths. I have a 4 in my thousandths. I have a 4 in my thousandths. I have a 5 in my 10,000ths. I have a 5 in my 10,000ths. I have nothing in my 100,000ths. I have a 5 in my 100,000ths. So that means this one is just a teensy bit bigger by 500,000ths. Whew, so small. Okay, do you have these problems in your math journal? If so, awesome job. And I will see you tomorrow with any questions and ready to go. All right, bye, 5th graders.